Prepare yourself, gorehounds. Art the Clown is back and bloodier than ever. Let's get goppy. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Terrifier 2 is new in select theaters from Screambox and Cinedon. Find out where you can find this film by following the website down below before the comments. Terrifier 2 is directed and written by Damien Leone. When we last saw Art the Clown, played by David Howard Thornton, he was showing a slight sign of life on the coroner's slab, indicating that the sadistic clown would live on to mutilate and murder another day. Well, that day has come, as the story basically picks up immediately after the last film ends. After some initial carnage, Terrifier 2 introduces Sienna, played by Lauren Lavera, an angsty teen with quite the artistic talent at making her own costumes for Halloween. Sienna's father suffered from mental illness, which ended up killing him and scarring Sienna and her little brother, Jonathan, played by Elliot Fulham, with their own mental fallout to deal with. As Halloween approaches, both Sienna and Jonathan feel something sinister is looming in the periphery. And they're right, as Art the Clown has set his sights on both of them. Terrifier 2 is Damien Leone's epic return to the gory world of Art the Clown. While this is the second feature film featuring Art, it's his fourth appearance in a movie, as he appeared in both of the All Hallows Eve anthologies. But Leone knew he had a hit on his hands with Art, giving him his own splattery movie in 2016, which, because of Terrifier's appearance on Netflix, became a cult hit. Leone promised bigger and better things for Art in Terrifier 2, and man does he deliver, with a monster of a movie weighing in at a whopping 2 hours and 20 minutes. Still, I never felt much of a lag, as Terrifier 2 really stands out as a movie that never lets a second go by without a moment of mystery, suspense, or absolute carnage. And wow, the carnage. So when I first watched the original Terrifier, I called it a mean-spirited movie. I felt a lot of the kills weren't just gratuitous, but horribly disturbing and extremely violent. I'm no prude or couch fanner, folks. I've watched some extremely horrifying things in my time. I've seen many outlaw films that at some time were mistaken for snuff films. I've seen The Bunny Game, the Vomit Gore trilogy, and many of the extreme Asian torture porn films. But with Terrifier, there's a level of filmmaking craftsmanship that elevated it past underground schlock. It had some of the most extreme gore I'd seen in a film of that budget. Leone almost did too good a job at making Art a horrible monster you love to hate. With Terrifier 2, Leone makes Art the Clown's intentions much more developed and clear, but also gorier. What distinguishes him from the rest of the slashers out there is that he not only kills people, he plays with them like a kid taking apart a radio. He just breaks and rips things from a body. He just kind of pokes around and has fun with his victims. And it's downright disturbing. Seeing the black and white clown spattered with blood is like he is wearing his victims' bodily fluids as trophies, and we're all his toys. Terrifier 2's carnage seeks to top the upside-down hacksaw kill from the original, and does in a few key scenes of gratuitous graphic murder that will be sure to turn a stomach or two. Leone, who also does the gory effects of Terrifier 2, has topped himself by having Art slop around in the grossness. One scene towards the middle of the film hit me on such a shocking level, I had to stop and take a second to absorb it all. It's that effective, not only highlighting the horror of the act, but the devastation of a human body on a level so depraved it can't be unseen. But as gory as Terrifier 2 is, the film dazzles during the more subtler scenes. There's a scene where Art is stalking Sienna in a costume shop that highlights Art's more clowny antics. Leone and Thornton, as Art, exhibit their perfect comic timing here. Yes, it's scary, but the tension-filled buildup is hilarious. Another aspect of a more subtler horror is the presence of a little dead girl, played by Georgia McPhail, who can only be seen by a select few, Art being one of them. Dressed in a garb that resembles Art's clown costume, this little urchin is a wonderfully spooky addition to the Terrifier world. The makeup appliances to the woman who survived an attack by Art from the previous film is unsettling as all get out as well. It shows that Leone is not only skilled in dousing the screen in blood, but excels in amping the feelings of fear and unease through timing and unsettling imagery. On top of it all, Leone has a great choice when it comes to actresses leading his past two films. Terrifier not only has some gorgeous women, but super talented women as well as leads. Terrifier 2 tops itself with the gorgeous and charismatic Lauren Lavera. She really has the chops and stands her ground against Art's more manic antics, never being overshadowed by him. Lavera is definitely easy on the eyes, but she also has the grit to get gory and brutal when needs be. She's a hell of a final girl, and one I hope returns for the inevitable Terrifier 3. Did I ever notice the 2-hour plus runtime? Sure I did, but I wasn't ever bored. The extended runtime allows Leone to really let some of these scenes play out, including the costume store sequence, the gory bedroom murder, and some of the more comical moments with Art and the little demon girl. The climactic battle between Art and Sienna did feel a little drawn out, but it also allowed for a very dramatic clash between good and evil. Plus, the extended post-credit sequence opens the door for new and nightmarish horrors to come. Leone doesn't really play by any rules with the Terrifier universe. There's a nightmare logic that only makes sense to the most twisted and fractured of minds. Is it all a fever dream? A manic PTSD episode? Or can Art be born and reborn all over again? This movie just doesn't happen in the world we live in. While you'll need a strong constitution, no one is making horror like Damien Leone these days. It's bold and brash at times, yet subtly unusual at others. You're in for a full and terrifying experience if you dare see Terrifier 2. You've been warned.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're doomed. Live the life that you are meant to be. Live inside.